Ooh, camera's facing the wrong way. I guess we're gonna see ourselves.
Oh, it's facing you right now. Oh, it's facing... Hello.
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 All right.
Someone's watching.
Somebody is.
I feel like it's... Wait, I'm watching. That was...
Was that you?
Yeah, I feel like that was me.
Oh, all right. I'm way too tall.
Scroll down a bit. Sometimes you have to refresh.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So I guess we're gonna have to ask.
Can you hear us? Hello.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear?
Oh, hey, Corey Luchin.
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh,
You can
okay.
hear us do that? Awesome.
Oh, he said hi. Wait, okay. That wasn't him.
Who?
Vanessa Hill says hi.
Oh, hi, Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa. Hi.
All right.
Are you
so,
going to introduce this? This is your
Yeah,
thing. Please
yeah.
introduce it.
I am. I'm giving Olga a chance to make sure it's all coming through.
Oh, yeah, she can hear us. I can hear us.
Okay, cool. So, welcome everyone to the wonderful adventures of doing a Facebook Live for the first time in real time with After Two Beers. My name is Joel. I'm the co-owner, CEO of Four Saints Brewing Company. It's like
And it like a
Maui. Like, oh, Maui, you're so great. From Moana.
I know. I was about to say Joel has a young child.
I have a 6-year-old. She's watching Frozen 2 through that window right now. But
Which I don't need to see. I
don't
don't need to see anymore. She told me the whole thing.
everything, the whole story, in wonderful detail, plus additions of Captain Marvel. So that always makes Disney movies, because Captain Marvel is Disney actually. So yeah, it all goes around. She gets it.
It all comes back around.
So if you this past 45 seconds, that's pretty much what tonight is going to be like. With me tonight is Miss Casey Noel.
Hello.
Casey is a singer-songwriter here in the Piedmont Triad, and why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
I'm a singer-songwriter in the yeah, that's true. I am. I've been playing at Four Saints for like what, 2.5 years now?
2.5
Yeah.
years, about that, yeah.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite place to play.
She's saying that because she's here.
Yeah, and he has a gun that he's holding. You just kidding. Sorry, I've had 2 beers, okay?
Hence the name,
Yeah,
After Two Beers.
After
After 2
smart,
beers.
it makes sense.
Yes.
I have an EP that's coming out soon. Should be sometime in May. Yeah, that's about it. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram, Casey Noel Music. That is CASEYNOEL Music.
It's like she's done it before.
Maybe once.
Maybe once.
Maybe once.
So we'll learn a little bit about Casey, and we'll learn about a little bit about the EP she's got coming out. But before that, why don't you tell us? Well, we'll get there.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to advertise.
We'll get to that. But I think it'd be great for everybody to hear what you brought for me to drink, because it wasn't. This is not technically after 2 beers at this moment. It's after 2 drinks for sure. Casey, go ahead and tell everybody what you brought me to drink.
Throw me under the bus, man.
No, you made the choice. So
I like ciders, okay? So I just brought the seasonal Bold Rock white cranberry cider. He hated it. I knew he would, but
there it is.
I'm supposed to bring something, so I brought something, and
Yes.
he should be grateful, but he hated it. So.
I won't go so far as I hated it.
He loved it.
At every drink for every person, everybody has something that they like, and
That's what someone says, like when they really hate something.
I am not gonna, I'm not gonna.
It's not my favorite song, but I get how people like it.
Have you had that said to you before?
Not about my music.
Not about
Everyone loves it.
Oh. Well, that's okay.
No, it's like a
I
metal.
don't know what other kind of commercial you need at this point. But yeah, it wasn't my favorite, but I could see how people would enjoy it. It's very light.
Yeah.
I've never had a white cranberry, so when I'm presented a cider with white cranberry,
Okay.
I'm like,
who has though? Has anyone, I'm going to look at it. Has anyone had a white cranberry? Hey, thank you, Megan. She said, hey, not everyone can drink beer, dude. She's right. Megan.
why are you yelling at me?
Sorry.
No,
Because I had 2 beers.
Okay, so Megan,
I mean, 1 cider and a beer.
one cider.
No,
and a
1
beer.
cider and a sour.
It's a sour beer, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But yes, Megan, you're right. Not everybody can drink beer, and I am okay with that. And I enjoy ciders from time to time. I enjoy cocktails and
What
and
cocktails?
Not necessarily mead. I'm not a big mead fan because I don't like honey.
I don't like honey either.
Well, yeah, I used to. Like it was a thing. I mean, honey was something we used to eat when I was younger. But now it's, I don't know what it is. But so not big on meat. But yes, not having a beer all the time. Last night I had a cocktail. So
What's your cocktail of choice?
old fashioned.
I
Old-fashioned.
figured that would be what you said.
Well, but why?
Todd Delaney has had a white cranberry. Todd, please tell us what is a, I guess it's a cranberry.
What is a cranberry that is white?
But
yes.
does it taste like a normal cranberry? Have I had a cranberry that's not dried?
Well,
I feel like I haven't. Is it good? I love fruit, so.
You're asking a lot of questions. You're asking questions. I mean, if you're going to keep up with it, then
Yeah,
maybe I should
I'm
just talk
keeping
to
up.
the camera and you keep up with the.
Sorry,
comments.
I'm talking to Todd,
You're talking
not you.
Todd's a great guy. Todd is gonna be doing an after 2 beers in a couple
Y'all
weeks.
have your first talking point, white
Cranberry.
cranberries.
Todd enjoys cocktails
Oh, well.
moderately. I'm looking out for you, Todd. No, yeah, I don't. But cranberries, dried cranberries, cranberry sauce. You had cranberry sauce at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Like gelled, like in the can.
Yeah. It's not
Right.
my favorite. I really don't like when you put, like, I'm not a fan when they put, like, pineapple on a chicken sandwich. I don't like when you put fruit with meat. It's just not, I don't like it.
It took me a second to figure out where that connection came from, but cranberry and turkey. I get it now. For a second,
Could you stay on
I
track?
I did. I caught up. So yeah, so our first drink tonight with pizza from Times Square Pizzeria downtown. Tony and the gang took care of us. Tony, got some.
Tony.
You don't know Tony.
I know.
You should. We got a large pizza, cheese, pepperoni, some garlic knots, some fries. It seemed like everybody was happy with it. And with that paired with the white cranberry cider, and then I had a bandwagon, which I'm drinking.
And I am having it too. Look,
So
I'm
now-
drinking a beer.
Now she's drinking a beer, and so we're having a bandwagon. So this is what we'll enjoy tonight as we chat about things, which we have already now. But since it's the first time doing this live, if you do have any questions or any comments or anything
About anything ever.
we'll see what we can do. If you're looking for,
My cousin said, who puts pineapple on a chicken sandwich? To answer your question, Jennifer, people who have like a teriyaki, do you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of the teriyaki sandwich with like pineapple, and it's like, I don't like it.
Don't put me in this family thing. This is.
She just wanted to know who does it. Do you do it?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, but I get what but there's like.
I was about to walk out of here. Just kidding.
But no, there's like I've seen Hawaiian chicken sandwiches with pineapple.
Yeah, Jen,
the
you lived in
teriyaki
Hawaii.
sandwiches,
You
yeah.
should know.
Yeah, so I mean I've seen that.
Okay.
It's not a.
Do you enjoy it? It's okay if you do. I'll forgive you.
Well, thank you. If I see it on the menu, more than likely I'm gonna go right past it.
Okay, see.
Just like I'm gonna go right past. Like if I see a burger that has a fried egg on it, I'm going right past.
I'm
that
with
burger.
you on that. I want to I like lettuce, tomato, and ketchup, mayonnaise, and cheese, but I don't like the fancy burgers, okay?
Why not?
Because I want to taste the actual hamburger.
Okay.
That's the best part.
Then why do you put all the other stuff on it?
because I think that enhances the hamburger taste. But once you add too much, then it just, I can't taste the hamburger anymore, and you're just trying to be fancy and trick me. Because probably the hamburger is bad. That's probably what's happening.
So adding too much says something's wrong with this meat, or it's low quality, or and you're just trying to hide it amongst a cavalcade of flavors.
Yeah. That was a good word. Wow. Scrabble.
I don't play Scrabble.
I don't either.
But yeah, so like, yeah, the last time I had a fried egg on a burger.
Sorry, my cousin just said.
Go ahead, Jennifer.
She said someone spiked your drink. No one did.
No, they all.
I just haven't had human interaction outside of Olga and Tyler and my father.
So there you go. The last time I had a burger with a fried egg on it was in Pittsburgh with Kristen. We were. Do you hear that? Okay.
Is she singing?
You all can't hear this right now, but my daughter Estella is currently watching Frozen 2, and she gave Olga and Casey the rundown of it was kind of like a little bit of Frozen 2, then you got the back history from Frozen 1, and then you got.
I understood none of it.
It was a great retelling.
So good, though.
And Kristen and I actually talked.
I've seen the first one.
We said I should do it after 2 beers. Not with Estella. But not Estella after 2 beers, like Estella after like 2 juice boxes, and like trying to get her to sit down and like get that on. Anyways,
it's amazing.
But she's watching it in there right now, and she is singing at the top of her lungs inside the house to Frozen 2. So I thought for a moment she was crying, and it was like, oh boy, here we go. But no, she's singing.
You know what the best part of that though? So we were eating pizza, and Joel was trying to get her to eat her pizza, and we were talking about superheroes and princesses, and I was like, I was doing that thing where I was trying to make eating a meal fun, so I was like, you know what, superheroes, they have to eat so that they can do things. And she was like, yeah, maybe, but you never see that in the movies. And I was like, you are right.
She's 100% right.
She's right.
100% right.
You don't see Thor eating a hamburger.
You see him eating shawarma.
You see him drinking coffee and then throwing it on the ground.
And and drinking beer. Thor drank a lot of beer. So
she is just
she's going at it.
She is singing at top of the lungs right there.
So that's speaking of singing. With your new EP coming out, you're currently shooting a music video.
I am, yeah.
Is this your first music video?
It is my first music video, yeah. It's been fun.
Why? I was trying to make that more of an intricate question. Why?
Why? Because Shanna Lee Photography, she's amazing. She just reached out to me. She takes amazing photos, but she is wanting to branch out into taking music videos.
Okay.
And during this time, she lives in Greensboro. She was like, hey, I know like music stuff is kind of, everything is on the hold, and I think that it'd be fun to like get into doing music videos along with my I was going to say my photo taking, but photography is better.
It will be photo taking from this point forward.
Photo taking. She's like, and I would love to work with you and see what we can come up with if you have a song that you want to do a music video to, because she knew I was working on an EP. And yeah, she came to me, and I was like, yeah, I'm down.
Let's do it.
It's been fun.
Has it?
Yeah. He's laughing because I told him about how the second day that we shot our music video, I'm shooting a music video for my song Marsh Girl. Mm-hmm. So we are trying to make it as marshy.
As marshy, yes.
As marshy as possible. You know, as you do. And the second day that we shot, there were no storms being called for that day. None. It said sunny all day.
What's your weather app of choice? What do you use?
Just the one that comes with.
So you use Apple's?
Sure, yeah.
Apple's weather.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
whatever Siri's telling you.
I mean, I sure, yeah, I'm believing it.
All right. And I'm sure maybe they probably get their information from.
Yeah. Basically, moral of the story is that it stormed like crazy, and it happened all at once while we were using a drone, and I was already standing in the middle of the marsh, which was also sinking mud, and no one could hear the thunder and the lightning but me. And so I said, God, did y'all hear that? And then immediately after thunder, and then everyone is running, protecting the gear. My mom, my sister, Shanna, everyone leaves me behind as I'm trying to get out of the mud, because equipment is more important than my life. Just kidding. I understand that's true. It is. It costs more.
It costs more.
It costs more.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
But it was yeah. I had like a cast of mud on, because I literally, like, when I say sinking, I mean I was like up to my calf.
that's probably not safe just in general.
It
I mean,
wasn't.
if you're like standing
Yeah,
somewhere
no,
and
yeah.
sinking in mud,
Yeah, but commitment.
like it reminds me of like those, like the old cartoons where someone's just standing there and the camera pans away and the next thing it's like up to their waist and the pan.
Yeah, I kind
it
of
catches
had like
up
a
to their
vision of
shoulders.
myself
It's
when I first stepped in, and I was like, this
like
is
I'm
a
in
bad
in for this,
idea.
guys. I want to make this happen.
Yeah. And then I was like, you know what would be really sad is if this is how I died. Like, I died from, like, one, getting struck by lightning, trying to take a cool music video, two, suffocated in sinking mud.
I guess it would be drowned. Drowned and suffocated. I mean,
Drowned,
I don't know.
suffocated. I don't know.
A pleasant topic
Yes,
for
let's
a
talk
beautiful
about it.
Friday evening. So you had a drone. Who was operating the drone?
Shanna, yeah.
So that she was doing all that.
Yeah. Which
Really?
I don't know anything about drones.
They
But-
fly. That's all I know.
Yeah, she apparently you can actually send them home. Like, you can be like, after they're done, like, they can follow a little GPS thing right to your house. But she doesn't.
What?
Yeah, she told me she doesn't use it because every time she's tried it, it lands in really weird places. But it does make it home.
Like, hey guys, that's my drone over there. Wow. And I guess that
Yeah.
when you mentioned that, I hadn't thought about using a drone to shoot a video. Like, it's always, because anytime you see those behind the scenes things, it's always somebody with a steady cam. And
she was using one of those too, but for, obviously, I was the one in the marsh. She wasn't gonna go in the marsh, so I went. So, and you can just get cooler shots. Like, she got some really cool shots using the drone, but they're very loud too. I did not know that they were loud, but they're very loud, and it's really hard to keep a straight face at times, at least where we shot, because there were trees and there were branches like all over the place, and it would like hit a branch and like cut a branch off, and I'm like
Jeez.
trying to look very serious into the camera, but I struggle with making a serious face anyway, so as soon as yeah, I did it.
I think you did it. I mean,
I did it. Yeah, I've been working on it, so whatever.
So, how much more do you have left on the video?
We're going back one more time, and then it should be done. So,
How long is the editing process going to take?
I don't know. I don't think that long. We're both really excited about it, which is cool. I love working with people that, like, we both are excited about the stuff
That makes sense.
that's going on. And so I think since she's so excited about it, she's working on it as soon as she gets stuff. And it's not like we all have a whole bunch to do
A lot of other
right
stuff
now.
you can't
Yeah,
go
so I
anywhere.
don't know.
Like, am I going to work on Casey's video or am I going to go bowling? I'm going to work on Casey's video because I can't go bowling.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm very bad at bowling.
Are you?
I'm really terrible.
Do you granny bowl?
I just suck at it all, Joel. I'm terrible at it all. Yeah.
When was the last time you went bowling?
Like 2 years ago.
And you haven't been since because of the lack of performance or because you just haven't thought let's go bowling?
Well, I haven't thought to go bowling, and no one else who I am friends with has said, hey Casey, let's go bowling. And I'm not going to offer that as an idea because I don't really enjoy it. Because I feel like most people enjoy things that they're good at, and they don't enjoy
fair.
things that they're bad at.
I'm not great at bowling, but I do enjoy it. Until like the second game, and like my wrist and forearm are like, this is dumb, why are you doing this? And it just hurts
Yeah.
And then I just keep on doing it.
I don't know.
Bowling is one of those things, looking at current, because After Two Beers came about because of
bowling.
Not because of bowling. Not because of bowling. That would be an interesting take on it. But because the whole idea of not being able to be at the tap room and talk with people and just have these chit chats and but thinking about talking about bowling right now and talking about what's currently going on in the world, and like bowling doesn't seem like one of those things that people are going to do very quickly after this. And so like
that's true. Bowling alleys. I hope you're holding up okay.
They probably aren't. Like
it's not fun.
I feel bad. No, I've not thought about there's all these conversations about
There's
all
so
these
many
other
different
industries.
Things. The bowling
Because
industry.
with the bowling industry, you've got the hands and the feet. Like both of them, you got the hands and the feet involved.
What are other activities that use the hands and the feet? No, I used to. Well,
wow.
I did tell you this. I used to ballroom dance. So I know that the ballroom dance sport is suffering right now because obviously you can't have competitions where everyone is touching and dancing with each other.
Can't they do the competitions on virtually though? Couldn't they?
No.
Oh, the people dancing together cannot virtually dance together. I was thinking about the judging. I was like, couldn't a husband and wife team
people would
together?
Cheat. People would cheat.
How could you cheat?
You would take a good video. No, you would take a good video of you doing your choreography and stuff and put that up.
But no, like if Kristen and I were ballroom dancers, and we were like, okay,
you don't know enough.
No, what? That'd be like if we were ballroom dancers and there was a competition. It'd be like, all right, you're gonna go live video at this time, and we're gonna watch it live.
I'll give you a reason why.
Because I mean, aren't most ballroom?
Part of the judging is actually on. I forget what it's called because it's been so long, but there's a name for it, and it's basically how you maneuver in a crowd of competitors. I think it's called stagecraft. I don't know. So, okay, you lose points if you bump into somebody while you're dancing. Right. You are supposed to be able to adjust your choreography so that you do not bump into people. So that's part of the judging criteria. If you're doing it at your house, you cannot bump into anyone, can you?
Set up stuffed animals.
No.
We got enough. I could put the.
No, they have to be dancing stuffed animals. Can you make them dance while you're dancing?
No, but I could put Mommy Narwhal.
No.
And I could have somebody who just
Did you
random.
say Mommy Narwhal?
Yeah, we have a Mommy Narwhal. We have a Mommy Narwhal, a Sissy Narwhal, and a Baby Narwhal. That's what exists in our house. It's a thing. But,
I don't have.
But like somebody randomly could, you got somebody who just randomly, boom, there's a stuffed animal. But I'm gonna go back a little bit because I didn't realize that ballroom dancing competitions you got judged while you were dancing around other people. Because like my only dance competition understandings are
I'll send you some videos.
Like the people that get on like Estella's in dance, and so like those performers who get on stage and they do their act, they do their performance on their own. And then you got like
ballroom. You start out with like 50 people.
What?
Yes.
On a floor.
Yeah, maybe 100, and then you go from like there's quarterfinals, semifinals, quarterfinals.
How in the world does anybody judge?
Oh, it's a thing.
Like a bunch of people dancing.
That's part of it.
It's like you get like someone comes up and taps you on the shoulder and be like, okay, you're done.
No, you have about it depends on. You probably have like a panel of I would say like 6 judges. And they all stand, at least in this, because sometimes they have solo numbers when you get to like the finals, and you have like 10 couples left. Okay. But you have in the bigger like 50 people or whatever, you'll have them stand on each corner. You stop! Don't even laugh at me. Each corner, and so that they can all be watching, and yeah.
Huh.
That's why it's at the beginning they weed out people fast, because you want to make sure you're perfect 24/7, because if they happen to see you the one time you mess up, you're out.
I wouldn't. I just assumed.
I just opened your eyes to
you
a
did.
whole world.
No, because I mean, just that kind of a competition with so much going on. Because I just imagine like ballroom competition is you and your partner get out on the dance floor, and there's a song, and you do the dance, and then you get. I mean, like you see on TV.
Yeah.
Not like
TV really paints ballroom dancing in a really negative light. Okay, don't go off the TV. It's a lie. As most things are these days. What is true? I don't know.
Oh, we're getting deep. I mean, if we're gonna go down that path, I mean, there's a lot of things we can talk about right now.
I don't want to go down. That's boring. I just wanted to throw it out there.
No, yeah, wow. I've never seen ballroom dancing competitions, and now it does. There's a whole new thing in my schema right now about ballroom dancing.
And it's called ballroom dance sport when you get into it, but people, because it is very, like, it's set up in heats, like you have different heats, and it's like, when you have a ballroom dance competition, they might be a couple days, and during that day you dance like for like 4 hours, maybe not straight, but you go and you're it's a lot. It's a lot. And the people who are like number one right now are probably some of the greatest athletes ever. Like,
I guarantee there's gonna be people who be like, let's
fight me.
Whoa. There's number one. That's this.
Oh,
beer here
Megan
like
just said
like a tenth of a beer.
Someone said ballroom dance cage match. I agree. Megan said Joel watches too much Dancing. Joel, do you watch Dancing with the Stars?
I do not. It
seems like he does because he knows nothing.
But I know nothing about that show either. I've seen the commercials and the idea of like, because they show like, oh, look at this, former politician or this former business leader who's now, this is what they're doing.
Yeah, I don't.
So I know the premise of that show.
I will say some of the pros are actually very good dancers, but the setup of the show and the judges who are judging are not actually, like, you cannot judge, you cannot learn the full technique of a dance.
I'm gonna say if you'd asked me 2 hours ago, if like, do you expect to be talking about
yes.
About
with me, yes. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, about the dance show. I'd be like, no, there's no way. Why would that come up?
Yeah. Ballroom dancing, beluga whales.
Oh.
I don't know anything else that I like that starts with B.
Well, oh wow, that's an interesting format.
Yeah.
Having to go through the alphabet of topics. Like, that's interesting. But we already covered the B, so we can't talk about beluga whales.
I mean, that's okay. I talk about them all the time, so.
How about we talk about beer and the fact that you've still got a lot of beer left in that can?
I'm trying to pace myself, please.
There's like
I'm drinking Bandwagon by Four Saints. It's an IPA.
Also
with the B. Ballroom dancing, Bandwagon's beer.
Yeah,
actually, I'm saying this honestly. I actually like this beer.
Well, good.
Yeah, and I don't like beer really that much. Sorry.
Hence the Bold Rock White Cranberry.
Okay. I'm sorry. To be fair, though, when he invited me to this, you said alcohol, you said wine, you said cider.
I did.
You know what?
I did.
And so
I'm
you know
not
what?
denying that. Somebody's gonna. Todd, who, if he's still watching, he told me that we're gonna be drinking a cider or I think he wants to do what was the Kentucky Derby cocktail.
Do not ask me. I do not know anything about Kentucky Derby or cocktails for that.
Mint juleps.
Oh.
Because Kentucky Derby's one of his things, and obviously we're not able to go this year. But we're going to stop talking about Todd. So Todd, get off your high horse. Todd,
it's your time is not now. It's our time to shine.
This is our time. This is Goonies. This is our time down here. Are there any questions? Like, has there been any questions that have come up? Like, can you scroll through anything?
Everyone's saying, Todd said thank you for talking about me. You're welcome, Todd.
You're welcome,
I've never
Todd.
met you, but you seem just wonderful.
Todd's pretty cool.
Vanessa Kill thinks that Casey might not need to have any more.
Vanessa, you're probably right. That's why I'm pacing myself, okay? I'm a lightweight. But to be fair, I am pretty much like this without alcohol, too, if I get hyper, so. Joel can vouch for
sure,
that.
yeah. You see it at the shows at Force Saints, just woo, like the music bingo night.
Oh yeah, I got into that. I lost, but I tried real hard.
You did.
I had a lot of heart.
You did. We're trying to figure out how to do music bingo virtually, and there's a couple tap rooms that are currently doing it virtually. Yeah, and I'm trying to wrap my head around how to do that.
See, I feel like there's always going to be a lag behind. So like when someone says this is too complicated.
Bingo.
I gave up. I don't want to think about it.
Okay. Are there any questions? Like, has anybody got anything?
Someone said something about tigers.
Tigers?
I'm not.
No questions.
No questions. Just no questions. All right.
Guys, come on.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you have questions, leave them below.
So we're gonna go ahead. We'll do this. One of the things that Casey is a huge fan of is the show The Office.
Oh yes.
Huge fan of The Office. So I told her that I might ask her some Office trivia, and she said, in no uncertain terms, bring it. So I'm gonna bring it.
I think I said I'll murder that.
Actually, that's exactly what she said. I was trying to paint you in a better light, but no, that's what she said. She said murder it. Which, so I'm
not an arrogant person, but I am arrogant about my Office knowledge.
Great. So I hope y'all heard that. So
yes, sir.
I only came up with one question. I only came up with one. And hopefully
if it's like, what minute did this happen?
No. I don't do that. That because I abhor going to like trivia.
Another good word. Abhor.
Abhor. To go into like
plethora.
That's good. That reminds me of the movie Three Amigos. No, no. They didn't say plethora. They said.
I don't know, but I want to know the question now because I want to know.
We'll get to that. But like going to a trivia thing and they're like, what minute did this happen in the show? Or like the teeny tiny detail.
That's not fun. That shows nothing.
So the question I have actually has to do with a very popular episode of The Office.
Yes, which one?
Which is Threat Level Midnight.
Threat Level Midnight.
All right. Based off of that, I think you might know the answer to this question.
Okay.
But the question is, can you repeat the lyrics to the dance song The Scarn?
Threat level that's the beginning of it.
That certainly is not.
And that's how you do the Scarn.
Yeah, that's the last line. There's 4 lines that get repeated over and over again. That is the last line, and that is how you do the Scarn.
Oh yeah. Just give me a second.
So, while she's taking a second, like, I don't know if I should be quiet and let this thought process happen. You can hear my neighbors doing some yard work.
I'm not good under pressure ever.
Oh, but you said you were going to murder this.
Okay, but
And
song. I got the end part, and that's how you do the Scarn.
And I am semi-impressed by that. And I'll be honest, to be completely transparent, this was I just watched this.
I feel like if I hadn't had 2 beers, I'd be able to recall.
I hadn't even thought about this, and then after Chris and I were watching The Office the other night, and it was the Threat Level Midnight episode, and they do the Scarn at the bar, and I was like, that's a perfect question. If you get even close.
I know it's sort of like I put your left foot out, then so I know it's like that. I know it
There's
is.
some similarities to that, yes. So I'll give you some points there.
Yeah. I mean, I could describe the scene for you person for person. Todd Packer is there.
He is.
At the end,
Todd
he's
Packer's
like, if
there.
that's what's doing the Scarn, blah blah blah.
That's impressive. Okay, that's impressive.
Karen is there. They are
Yeah.
wearing what are the things? Boas, feathered boas. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Andy is the one who's like, there's a whole group of people out there waiting.
Yeah, he is. No, you're
He
absolutely right.
says it in that
No, he
accent.
does. He's like,
yeah.
hey, Mr. Scott, the cable's out. We can't watch
And right after that scene is when Jim laughs and then Michael gets upset. And then Andy is like, no, some people were really popping on screen.
Wow.
See?
Yeah.
Okay, I know it.
You do.
I know
you know the episode.
It's in my soul. It's tattooed in my veins.
It's like tattooed in your veins.
No. I mean,
What's gonna drive you nuts right now is I don't remember it exactly, but it's like.
Oh, so you were
like,
just trying to figure.
Shake a hand to the right. Shake
Oh,
a hand to the
left.
Take some yarn.
Do that, tie that knot, and that's how you do the scarf.
There you go.
See, I just needed someone to give me the first word. I got it. I went with it. I rolled with it. It's ingrained.
I would say that maybe you kind of, I think maybe you tripped that question. I wouldn't say you necessarily murdered it. I mean, you're kind of like, oh.
I choked it. It wasn't murdered yet. We were close.
We were close. All right.
We were close. It survived.
So we'll ask anybody out there, if you're watching still and you know The Office, if you have any questions for Casey or myself about The Office.
You know, I have a question about The
boy.
Office, but I know no one knows this answer.
Oh, okay.
I have a theory, and this theory is really not integral to anything really in The Office. It doesn't change anything. But I think that there's a turtle something. I think there's an inside joke with the writers about turtles. Because we have a couple scenes about turtles. We have the famous, where are the turtles? Where Michael and Dwight gives the basket to that man and he eats the turtles when they come to. We have that scene. Famous.
And there's a scene when D'Angelo's there and Dwight gets Michael to come out into the stairwell.
Yes, that's my favorite.
And Michael comes out and says,
because we talked about this.
We just watched it last night. It was like, and Michael comes out and goes, where's the turtles? And he's like, there's no turtles.
There's no turtles.
He's like, I'm now going to have to go online.
And we'll look at videos or pictures of turtles all day. That's my favorite.
Just literally watch it last night. Literally watch it.
Yeah, because Dwight's like, Michael, thank you so much for coming to meet me. And he's like, are you kidding? I'd do anything to see a turtle. So there's that. Then there's also the episode where Pam drives him to do that like tour of the different branches of Dunder Mifflin. And he has a famous line where he's like, we're off like a herd of turtles. And then there's the episode where Kevin, towards the end when Michael's not there anymore, when Kevin finds a turtle, he runs over a turtle and then he saves the turtle and then he tries to rebuild the turtle's shell and then he realizes it's been dead the whole time.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, and I think there's one more turtle thing that I can't remember.
So you think that for some reason turtles are a thing throughout The Office?
Yeah, I feel that. I'm gonna write in once the first turtle episode because I listen to the Office Ladies podcast. I'm gonna write in. I'm gonna ask them because who else would know? They might know, and if they don't know, they could ask someone.
They might do a whole podcast about
the turtles. I'm down for it. I love turtles too. I mean, they're great.
You like animals.
I like animals, yeah.
And you can make some sounds like animals.
Okay.
I'm asking like Olga. So, but you can make some animal sounds.
Yeah. I've been known to do a good sniff.
A good sniff?
Yeah, there's a certain type of animal sniff. Like when dogs get really interested in a smell, and it's a distinct way that they do it. Where they're in the middle of sniffing and then they do one deep sniff and they pause and then they go back into sniffing. Yeah. Do you?
A demonstration.
Are you asking me for?
No, I'm listening to the conversation and the description that you're giving of a dog sniffing.
I feel like it was a good description. I don't even think you need to see an example.
Well, I won't force you to make any
No one's asking
sound.
for it. So.
No one's asking for it?
No, not yet. Not that I see. Maybe there's a lag. I'll sniff if you want me to.
Todd wants you to sniff.
Todd does?
Todd, hey, Todd's still watching.
Okay. This is really embarrassing, and
I will say, if you don't want to do it,
I'm
do not
fine
have
to do it. I'll do it. I
want to
understand.
make sure that this is a
It's a
comfortable
safe.
space.
It's a safe space.
The safe space to sniff.
It is. I feel safe here.
All right.
You know, like when dogs do that thing where they sniff and they're like, they have to do the pause thing, and that's my favorite part. Is when they, and then they start real fast again.
Because they're thinking about it.
Yeah, they're like, what am I reading? You know, animals, amazing creatures.
They are. I mean, all of them.
All of them.
All
yes.
of them. Yes.
Every single one of them.
I just want to say that Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, anybody, you know, when the time comes and you're interviewing Casey Noel wants, you know, things
Please
blow
have
up. Please watch this video and then
have Robert Irwin on when I'm on. Because Jimmy doesn't like animals that much. He gets scared of them every time Robert Irwin is on there, okay? I would kill for that.
Is that the son of Steve Irwin?
Yes, and he's just like his
How
dad.
old is he now?
I think he's I believe he's 16 now.
Really?
Yeah,
And
he's
out
just
there-
very awesome and mature for his age.
I mean, I guess he kind of have to be.
Yeah.
Just kind of,
Yeah.
Another kind of deep. We're going to go down a deep road here, but
I
no,
love
don't
Steve Irwin and the Irwin family. I would love to go to Australia Zoo.
to see them.
Well, more to see the animals, but I would love to meet them too.
All the absolutely dangerous and
Yeah.
crazy animals in Australia.
I grew up watching Steve Irwin,
Yeah.
the crocodile hunt. Okay, you know what?
What? I didn't hear that.
She said, okay, so when I was growing up, the two big shows on Animal Planet were The Crocodile Hunter
Right.
and the Jeff Corwin Experience.
Oh yeah.
But that
okay.
is for a small child. A very hard show name to say.
Jeff Corwin
Experience.
Experience.
Yeah. So I called it the Jeff Corwin Experience. And everyone in my family made fun of me, including my cousin Jennifer. She would ask me.
The one who's
Yeah, who was
okay.
just. Yeah, she'd be like, so what's your favorite show, Casey? No, what is it? Tell me again. And I, as a naive, sweet, innocent child, would be like, the Jeff Corwin Experience.
Jennifer.
And it was a good show, okay?
It was. I remember the Jeff Corwin Experience.
I learned so much.
Estelle was really into the Wild Kratts. That's the
What's
new.
that?
That's the new like. It's on PBS. The PBS Kids.
Okay.
And it's two brothers.
Is it an animal show?
Well, it is an animal show, and so they do this live action piece, and then they do a cartoon where the Kratt brothers, or Wild Kratts brothers, whatever, they go out and explore, and they have these suits that can turn to give them the animal powers of whatever animal they're talking about. So like
Oh, so then they describe what the powers and
right,
got
like
it. So
all
they
the
learn.
superpowers of the animals, and then they do an adventure and try to. There's like a bad guy and all this stuff, but Estella loved. I'll say loved watching that show because now she's in she's growing up. She's 6, and she doesn't watch those shows anymore. She watches ridiculous things. But yeah, so Wild Kratts was another one of those nature things.
I will say, I feel like they used to, like Animal Planet especially, used to have the greatest kids animal shows, or just shows in general, because I feel like parents enjoyed the Crocodile Hunter. Because, I mean, it wasn't like he was catering it towards children. I think he just saw animals with, like, the childlike wonder kind of thing, which was the best. So.
Yeah, we just watched a Nat Geo show about whales, and Estella was like, they talked about the blue whale and the humpback whale and the sperm whale, and then they got to the narwhals, and she loves narwhals because it's the unicorn of the sea.
That's
So she
Preach.
loves unicorns,
Yeah.
and so like the narwhals came on, and we were all watching it, and it was
narwhals
me
are very
and,
similar to beluga whales.
I didn't know that. I mean,
Yeah, they live in the same areas. There's a pod of beluga whales that took in a lost narwhal, who now thinks that it is a beluga whale.
Does it go around like stabbing them? Like doesn't realize it's got a
No,
horn?
it has
Like,
no idea that it has a horn. It thinks it's a beluga whale, Joel. They took him in. It's one of the few instances.
What does a beluga whale do that's different than a narwhal?
I guess it doesn't stab things.
Well, narwhal doesn't stab things either.
Yeah, it doesn't. No,
Yeah.
They pretty much do the same thing. Just
Yeah.
one has a beautiful horn and one is just a beautiful smiled
It's a tusk.
tusk,
it's a
whatever.
tusk.
Okay, I knew that, but
But yeah, Kristen or Estelle would she would make sure you knew that it was a tusk.
I'm
not a
sure she
horn.
would. I'm 100% certain
Oh yeah.
she would. But yeah,
Did that beluga whale have its baby yet?
no, I
Okay.
checked today. I check every day. The Georgia Aquarium has a pregnant beluga whale. Her name is Whisper. She is very, very close to her due date. She has not had the baby yet. I am waiting impatiently. I'm not patient about it. Let's be real here. I'm not patient. I'm impatient. But it's not her fault. She has no control over it.
No, you can't do anything about that.
I'm not mad at her. That was a bomb, ladies and
It sounds
gentlemen.
like a cannon.
Really did sound like a cannon.
That has never happened in this neighborhood before.
Vanessa Hill said it's actually a tooth. That
It's
is
a tusk. Yeah.
a narwhal.
That's like a tusk, like a walrus.
But is a tusk a tooth?
Yes,
well,
it's a
no,
tooth.
because
Yeah.
rhinos have, elephants
Horns.
have tusks.
Right.
They're teeth. Okay.
We're just sitting here making faces. But that's
I love-
maybe it is a tooth. I
Rhinos
don't know,
have
but
a horn.
I know it's a tusk.
I know that horns are made out of like nail
Keratin.
material. Yeah, keratin.
Yeah, same thing as this and this.
Yeah.
Right here. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
So I think we've been going up maybe about 40.
Someone said
45,
this show
50
is
minutes?
scripted. They brought it back to narwhals coincidentally. This show is not scripted at all.
How did what? Who said
His
that?
name is D. Aaron Hill.
Oh, hey, Aaron.
Hey, Aaron!
So funny
I know
story.
that sketch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's a good one.
the funny story about Aaron. So he and Vanessa are married.
I was gonna ask that.
Yeah. So they're. So
Vanessa
I'm glad
seems
that
great.
Vanessa is awesome.
I don't know about
he's okay.
Aaron, but
But they like, and it's funny that. So that means they're both watching on separate.
yeah, which is
devices
really,
right
you
now.
know what though?
Which is awesome.
because it's more views.
Absolutely.
We love it.
Fantastic.
I love
awesome.
it.
It's gonna help my promotion when I pitch
We're
this
famous.
to other people. So, but Aaron
Yeah,
and Vanessa
sure,
when they
of
came
course.
in like the first I don't know how long we had been open. They came in and I was behind the
25
bar
years ago.
25 years ago, and we were talking and I said, by the way, what's your name? And Vanessa, I'm Vanessa. I said, okay, Vanessa. And one of the mnemonic devices I learned a long time ago was to spell somebody's name. So like when somebody tells you your name, you spell it and say, oh, Vanessa, Vanessa, and
And
they
that
go,
helps you like remember it
right,
too.
and
Yeah.
they go, yeah, that's it, and you go, okay, great, Vanessa, because sometimes you get somebody you go like Katie, and you say Katie, and they go, no, it's Katy, and sometimes
Or
it just
some
kind of,
stupid spelling that you're like, okay, your mom was trying to be really unique and cool, and it's just stupid.
however you spell
Stop.
your name is okay.
It's not.
It's
not.
all right.
Who told you that? Spell it so
Oh,
that you can
man.
unread it.
You're trying to sell EPs. Like you should
Phonetically.
Not be, you should not be doing this.
I'm
So
kidding. Do
they-
whatever you want to do. Whatever is
well,
in your heart.
he or she doesn't have a choice. That's what the name they got.
I said the parents. I was
okay.
talking. I was speaking to parents.
So back to Aaron. So Aaron said, "Oh, my name's Aaron." I'm like, "Oh, Aaron! Like I will never forget that name because there's that skit and then from Key and Peele, Aaron." And he's
And
like,
he didn't
"Yeah,"
know, okay.
and we laughed about it, like, "Ha ha ha!" And the next time, the next time they came in, I said, "Hey, Vanessa, Brandon, how's it going?" And they just looked at me like I'd
Were you
grown
being funny or were you
no,
being
I
serious?
was dead serious. I was like,
You
"Hey, Brandon."
idiot.
I was like, "Hey, Brandon, how's it going?" And they just looked at me, and they let it live for a little bit, and then they were like, "Oh, by the way, his name's Aaron. Remember Aaron?" And I was like, "Oh, Yeah. So, henceforth, he's Aaron.
And I understand
Because I said that's how I was gonna
why
remember
he's
his
being
name.
a little sassy in these comments.
He is
now.
sassy.
You
He is
are
sassy.
warranted. Be as sassy as you want. That is rude.
He reminded me of a Brandon. I'm just saying. But if you look at his name, it's D. Aaron Hill, so there's not even a Brandon in his name.
I've never seen someone based off of their tiny little picture that's popping up in the comments that seems more like an Aaron than Aaron. Than D. Aaron Hill. So
He opinionated and fun. That's what he is.
it's your little one.
Oh, hey, honey. Live on Facebook. Hi. Come here, you. How are you?
Did you finish the movie?
The movie's not over. We heard you singing.
It was beautiful.
And she skips by.
You're welcome.
She doesn't need a hug. Everybody needs a little hug every now and again. Just
She has a very loose tooth.
very loose.
It's
Incisor.
it's half on the gum, half not. That's what that was her words to me.
When that tooth comes out, she's gonna have like no front teeth. It's just gonna
be great.
It's just gonna be this empty hole.
I love it.
That she's gonna be able to. She's just gonna go like this and slip a stick of gum straight on through, like a piece of receipt tape. Just,
Yeah. Like on a conveyor belt kind of deal.
Oh man. So, anyways, so we've been talking for about an hour, and it's typically about an hour. And if there's no any questions,
Someone
any
said
comments?
that you look more like a Thor.
I look like a Thor.
That's kind.
Thank you. I will take that as a comment. I didn't know we were talking about who I look like.
I think they're saying name-wise because we were saying I said that
Oh.
Aaron looked more like the most Aaron of any person
Fair
I've ever
enough,
seen
fair
based off of his tiny.
Who? Oh, so we're gonna take this. I'm gonna catapult. Who have you been told you look like?
I am Moana.
Moana.
I am Moana.
Is that the only one, or is there? You have a couple? Or people are like, oh, you remind me.
I've been told I
or-
look like Nora Jones.
Uh-huh.
J-Lo before. That's very kind. Thank you, whoever said
J-Lo?
that.
J-Lo.
Yeah. J-Lo.
J-Lo.
Yeah.
I was like, who's J-Lo?
J-Lo?
Like, I am out of touch with a lot of things. I don't know who J-Lo is.
The twin sister of J-Lo.
Oh, okay.
She is not as pretty nor as talented.
Is she from the block?
She is from the corner.
How was it Topanga?
Oh, I forgot Topanga from Boy Meets World.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I didn't know. That was actually my freshman year of high school. I went. It was for picture day, and I went, and the photographer literally like stops and he goes, "Do you know who Topanga is?" And I said, "What's a Topanga?" And he said, "Never mind." And so,
That's a good
but
one.
he said, "Do you know Topanga?" He didn't say, "Do you know who Topanga is?" He said, "Do you know Topanga?" That
What
doesn't
is
sound
a
like
Topanga?
That doesn't sound
No, it
like
doesn't
a name
sound like
to
a
me.
name.
So I said, "What is a Topanga? What is a Topanga? Who names someone
Because you're
Topanga?"
thinking like an animal. Like you're like, oh, what is
I
this?
don't. It could be an animal. It could be a thing, a food, an item of clothing. I don't know.
So Moana, J-Lo, Topanga, Nora Jones.
Yeah.
I got you. All right.
Yeah.
Any agreements or any other thoughts?
They're like, "No, she ugly."
I did not see that coming. I did not see-
I think I'm funny.
that is because it was just out of like nowhere. Like
I
no
like to keep people on their
like,
toes.
no
You
idea
never
that was
know
co-
when
that
I'm going
was
to crack a
just-
joke, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm very kind to myself.
yeah. I'll take looking like Thor. I'll take that. That's a good one.
That was
Yeah,
a really
that's
nice,
a
one.
I'll take
Even if they meant my dog Thor.
that. Well, yes. I mean,
You look like a three-legged dog.
three-legged dog gets a lot of sympathy and a lot of love. I'll take it. It's just good.
That's true, yeah.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
He's really cool.
Yeah.
He's really cool, Joel.
Well, I mean, a three-legged. Is he a,
Anything.
Is he a what's his
I-
breed mix?
We don't know for sure. We think pit bull boxer, maybe.
Okay.
Or maybe just full pit bull.
So him being a three-legged dog, how did he become? Was that how he was born? Was there an
He-
accident or?
Well, before we got him, he was a rescue,
Uh-huh.
and he was a stray, and he was hit by a car,
Oh,
and it just
yeah.
crushed his leg, and they had to amputate it.
Wow. So when you went, you picked him up at the.
Well,
At a
actually,
kennel, or-
he was at. The reason we got him is because, well, there's a lot of reasons we got him. The first reason is that he ended up at the vet that my sister was working as a tech
Okay.
at the time. And he was there for about 2 weeks. They got his leg amputated and he was there healing, and they also were advertising like, hey, this dog is for sale. And a bunch of people want three-legged pets, one-eyed pets, any pet that has like that. It's like actually like they go fast.
Really?
But because the vets were kind of deciding who was going to get him, all the people that wanted him had dogs themselves, and all the dogs that they had ended up being very like aggressive towards him and dominant towards him, and so they ended up being like, no, this isn't a good fit. I'm
That
sorry.
makes sense.
So
I mean, another male dog comes in. They're gonna jostle for
yeah,
superiority.
well,
and
apparently like
him being a
one
three-legged
dog
dog.
peed on him,
Well, yeah. I
and
mean,
so they were like, no, this isn't good.
I say that like of course. Like, why would that not
Joel's like,
happen?
I get it. That's how I treat
Yeah,
humans
that's
when I meet another man. I'm like,
I have never knowingly peed on another human being.
but you're saying
That
it's
is-
possible that you did accidentally. Yeah. You said knowingly.
No, but I do see how my choice of words could be misconstrued at this
Yeah,
point.
watch it. I may have had 2 beers, but I'm sharp.
Yeah, like if I ever run for public office, they're gonna be like, "There's that moment where he said he might have peed on somebody."
No.
I don't know. I can't know. But yes, we're gonna.
Yeah,
Let's
basically.
change the subject from me peeing on people.
Yeah, I haven't finished my story. Please
Yeah,
bring it
I'm
back
sorry.
to my dog,
Yeah,
not
back
you.
to
It's
your
not
dog.
all
It's
about
not-
you.
not
It's
about me.
about my dog.
It's about your dog.
Um,
Your dog getting peed on.
Poor Thor. So, basically, he was there for about 2 weeks, and because he was at a vet's office, he's just in like a little cage, and my
Right,
sister was like, he's so cute. Like,
How old was he?
He was probably, we're not sure, but probably like 6 months old.
Oh, so he's like tiny.
He wasn't super tiny. I would have loved seeing a little puppy Thor.
Yeah.
He already looks like a puppy still. But basically, my sister was like, you know what, y'all should come see him. It'll cheer Casey up. Because I was going through a breakup, actually, with the Bachelor boy.
That you talked about on.
The Bachelorette boy, yeah.
If
I
you- if
dated
you-
someone who ended up on The Bachelorette, okay?
And she wrote a song about it, which you can listen to.
When my EP comes out, it's called Pretty Words.
Yes, it's on her EP, Pretty Words, and it's also on. The,
Someone said you're R. Kelly dog.
Wow.
Wow.
Things I did not hear to think to come up. But the song's also on the live stream.
Yeah, there's
Facebook music.
Yeah, of course.
Facebook live music that is on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So you can hear the song of the Bachelor.
Yeah,
that
I wrote
she
it 3
broke
years.
up with. That
Well, no, he broke up with me.
he broke up
Yeah.
with her. That led to you having Thor.
You should ask her who the Bachelorette was.
Yeah, it was. Olga wants me to name drop
Yeah, she
always.
does.
She's always like name drop. Who was it? It's just like my mom in the corner. Who was it, honey? Tell him who it was.
Get it out there.
Luke P.
Get him to use the Google.
Luke P. Okay.
Luke P.
All right, continue with your dog.
And
But-
back to P.
Yeah, I was in a crying post breakup stage. I'd been broken up with over the phone, so
Oh.
yeah.
That's not a
Because
great
of
way.
baseball too. It was because of baseball.
Oh.
But anyway, and so I was sad, and so my sister was like, "Bring Casey to go see a puppy. She'll love it." She's right. I did. I loved it. And then we bonded like immediately, and then Tyler was like, "You know what we should do? We should bring him home so he can meet Olive, just so he can play with another dog. He's been
Right.
stuck inside."
Tyler's your sister?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's been stuck inside a cage for 2 weeks. He needs some He needs to play. He needs some love. And then he never left. And that's how we got him. And he's the love of my life. He's the best. Is she singing or?
She's singing again, yeah. I don't know.
It kind of sounded like a crow cawing. No offense to Stella, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't.
No, that's, I think she's at the, like, the big final song. She's...
Maybe when it's over, she'll come back out here, and then she'll talk, and then I can go take a bathroom break.
Well, I think, actually, we're at a point, I think we'll make that the segue.
Segue, guys. I need to leave.
Yeah.
Megan says dogs are better than people.
Yes.
Well, I mean, if you go with the Frozen thing, like...
Todd Delaney said baseball, question mark, baseball.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Like
if you want to answer that, you can.
I'll answer that. We were gonna do long distance, and he wanted to be a Major League Baseball player, and he was afraid that I would be a distraction. But then he didn't make it into the minor leagues either, so I think he just was a distraction on his own. Yeah. It works out great. I'm actually very happy it didn't work out, and then it ended in a great funny story.
It did, yeah. I mean, you got a song out of it.
Yeah, I did. I got a song out of it. That was really cool. That's the best part of it. Right. Then he ended up being on The Bachelorette, and that was just like hilariously weird. But then everyone hated him on The Bachelorette, so that was nice. It would have really sucked if everyone loved your ex-boyfriend on a TV show, right? Yeah, I feel that.
I could see that. I could see how that would be like.
Especially if they treated you poorly, you would be like, "No, that's a lie. That's not. No." But then, if this time it was almost like, actually, he's actually not that bad, guys. I'm sorry. Like it seems like the worst, but he's not that. He's bad. He's not that bad. So that's what happened. I don't know.
There it is. There it is.
Great stories.
Great times. Yeah. So, Casey's EP, not all the...
Todd said, thanks for sharing. Glad it turned out. Thank you so much, Todd. I actually really hate sharing that story, but now I'm used to it. And people make me share it all the time because they say it's too crazy not to share, which is probably true. I feel that it's true. I don't think that that's a normal thing to have your ex be on a reality TV show and make it to the last 3 people.
If you're talking about like percentages of people in the world, and percentages of people in the United States, and percentages of people in North Carolina,
it'd be like less.
It's like teeny tiny.
Yeah. Really weird things happened to me. Oh, my first tattoo I ever got was misspelled. It's fixed now. That was the worst day of my life.
So, you have to tell that story.
I told you that.
You have to tell that story.
But did I tell you that?
No, you have not told that story.
That's really...
No, you have not told me that story.
So, my first tattoo ever, I'm half Costa Rican. My first tattoo ever is Pura Vida, which is Costa Rica saying. It translates directly as pure life, but people use it for hello, like have a nice day, have a great day, everything's awesome.
Is that similar to like the Hawaiian, like aloha, or
kind of? But
is there any other culture that has one phrase?
It has almost more meanings than aloha though, because people will be like pura vida for like well wishes and stuff like that. But I got it. I designed it, so I spelled it out. Okay, we had it stenciled correctly. This was a very highly rated tattoo shop, okay? I'm not an idiot.
Do you want to show them the tattoo?
Yeah, it's fine now. It's going to be backwards for y'all, but it's fine now. Just believe me, please. So anyway, I got a tattoo, my first one, and I looked down, and it's now a U. But before that, he had put an A instead of a U. How? Why? I don't know. Para vida, which means for life, which is great because it's going to be here for life, but it's not the correct saying. So it's actually not great. That's not good. It's bad.
So it's not, but it wasn't It wasn't like
it was a typo. It was wrong.
No, it was a typo. It was not what you wanted. I hear all that, but it wasn't like
it was
something
the worst day
awful.
Oh yeah, it's not like it said a bad word.
Well, it was
I might as well have said.
What's that?
It's awful if you went to Costa Rica.
If you
Yeah,
went to Costa
people would have
Rica
made
with
fun
that.
of me and been like,
Oh,
"Oh,
okay.
she tried." So anyway, I wasn't looking because it hurt, and it was my first tattoo. I have 5 now. Now it's no big deal, but my first tattoo was a big deal. So I looked down and I'm like, that is supposed to be a U. And the guy was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And apparently I don't remember this. It is all a blur to me, but apparently I handled it like I was very calm. And I was
Okay.
fine.
Right.
There were no tears. I was just like, it's okay. Because that's how I
You
am.
were calming him down.
I was calming him down because he literally was about to hyperventilate.
Well, that's his job. Like, his job is to get it right.
Yeah,
and
he
you
screwed
designed
it up.
It,
He
like,
screwed
right?
it up, man. But then he had to pay for it to be lasered. That hurts like heck, guys. Just if you have a tattoo and you want to get it lasered, I would say, get it covered up with something else instead. It hurts. This was one tiny spot, okay? If you have a large tattoo over a large surface area, it's gonna kill, okay? Don't do it. Just don't, okay? Sorry, I just had to...
No. It's.
I had to share it. It felt important.
Yes, it is important.
You know, you need to when things happen, share your trauma
Yes, do that.
so that people don't feel alone.
No, yeah, absolutely. Because I have.
It really hurt. I'm not even kidding. It hurt. I'm telling you this, like, yes,
Getting
I'm making a
lasered
joke
out,
of it, but it is the worst pain that I have ever felt. It literally feels like someone has poured acid on you, and it lasts. Like it
Really?
Yes, yeah. And I had to get 2 treatments for it. It was great. It was great.
So I don't have any tattoos. I've always wanted a tattoo. I've not gotten one. I haven't gotten them for 2 reasons. One, I haven't found anything.
Because you're a baby?
No.
I know
Like,
what you're
right,
going to say,
okay.
which is what everyone says. I haven't found anything that I want to be on my
Right,
body forever.
yes,
Correct?
right.
Yeah? That's the
Number
line
one.
everyone who
Right.
doesn't have a tattoo
Number one.
uses.
Number
who kind
two.
of wants one.
Number
They
two.
say,
Number two.
I've never found anything that I want on my body forever. That's like the classic
I've never
line.
said it like that.
But Joel, you know you said it to me before this.
No, but the second
cameras were
reason
rolling.
is the
He
second
even
reason.
popped his foot up at you.
What? That has never happened. I've never popped my foot up.
For any
For
reason
anything.
ever.
The other reason was because my mom told me that if I ever got a tattoo.
Someone said I'm assuming Casey hasn't given birth. I have not given
Oh
birth.
boy.
I'm so sorry. It's the worst pain I've ever felt. I don't have a child. I don't. I don't.
Walk it back.
know.
Walk it back.
No.
Walk it back.
Women are heroes, especially mothers. Okay, I'm terrified of giving birth. I might have a kid one day, but that is scary, and that is the worst pain, for sure. But my worst pain, what was my worst pain? It was a tattoo removal. Tattoos are a breeze. Tattoo removals are not so much. So if
The
you're
worst
thinking
pain
about
you ever felt.
exactly,
Worst pain
so if you're
you
thinking
ever
about if you have a tattoo that you hate and you're like, I kind of want to get it removed, I would say just get it covered up by a great tattoo artist who can do that, because they can do that. I would say don't get it lasered off because
Well,
it's
see,
painful.
The other reason I don't have a tattoo is because when I don't know what age I was. It was probably 18 or 19. Like a buddy of mine came home and he had a tribal
And it was
tattoo.
misspelled.
No, he had a tribal tattoo like from his shoulder down to his bicep. And
Was your friend Jason Momoa?
no, but this
If
is.
so,
But this
I would
is like
love
mid
to
90s.
meet
No,
him.
this is mid 90s. So like,
Okay.
tribal tattoos, like that was a thing. And he came over to my house and picked me up so we could go somewhere. And he was wearing a tank top, and he had the tribal tattoos there. And the next day, and my mom said,
Don't you ever?
she looked. She goes, if you ever get a tattoo, I will rip it off of your skin.
Oh.
And I looked at her and I went, but it's in the skin. And she goes, I know. That was it. I was like, huh.
Well, she's like my mom. She will then love it after.
Potentially. but bringing it back to the tattoo removal, at some point, and I'm not going to tell this story, but at some point, the next time you see Kristen, ask her about it, and I really want to tell this story, but I'm not going to. No, I didn't have tattoo removal.
Did she?
Kind of. It did. It will also. Oh God, I love her, and she's gonna just be so angry. But don't buy tattoo removals on Groupon. Bad idea.
No, Kristen,
Oh,
no.
honey. But anyways.
I get it.
The tattoo's.
I mean, why wouldn't you try yourself? Oh.
Oh.
Kristen, if you're watching, just get it covered up with something really cool and beautiful.
Really cool and beautiful. Yes, that's it. Really cool and beautiful. Yeah. So tattoo removal. That's it. I didn't. That again. Another topic I didn't think we would get to.
People said I'm just worried about what a tattoo would look like when I'm 75. Warranted. I get it, but
You don't do it on your belly button.
Yeah, you get it in places where it's not. Hopefully, it makes you want to not gain a lot of weight, so that then you stay healthy and it doesn't. But also get it in places that are smart, like let's not put one around our belly button or something. You know, no one wants a sun around their belly button. Okay, I guarantee you, no one else wants to see that
somebody
though.
does at some point.
Somebody needs.
What somebody wants to do with their life, it's okay.
Okay, you're right.
It's
It's
okay
okay.
what they wanna
It's
do.
okay. If you want it, it's okay.
It's what they want to do. They want to live their life.
Get a sunflower. Get it.
Put it a vida.
And that was a lesson on how to say it incorrectly.
Yes. I don't speak Spanish correctly. You can ask Estella, because first time I said today's
Someone
to
said
her.
that they think that you should get a narwhal tattoo.
It's an interesting one. No. But I'll
While
put
you
it in
talk
a.
about that, I'm gonna go.
I'll put it in the thought box. We're gonna.
I'll be back.
We're just gonna. Let's
We're gonna end it,
We're
okay?
just gonna end it here. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you have been here the entire time and stuck
We
through.
love you so much. You're
Thank
our
you.
true fans.
Yes. Thank you for sticking through this very first Facebook Live After Two Beers with Casey Noel.
It was a fun time.
Yes. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for
Everyone,
hanging out
let's
with us.
all get matching narwhal tattoos together, please.
And we'll do that as our Facebook Live. Why not? Let's do that. But I commit to nothing. So we appreciate you. Thank you for watching. And if you get a chance to do anything over the next weekend, please support your local businesses. Please support your local artists and singers, songwriters in the best way that you can. A lot of them are doing virtual shows where you can give them tips.
It really means a lot and helps so much.
And you have artists who are out there selling pieces in places like ours that are still luckily able to do some level of business. But we appreciate all of you. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight on this wonderful Friday evening. And from this point, we'll say enjoy the rest of your Friday. Hope you have some great beer for great people with you. My name is Joel with Four Saints Brewing Company. And thank you to Casey.
Thank you, guys.
And Olga, who you've heard us talk to.
She's
Hang out
my
with us.
my mother is my designated driver.
And we appreciate everybody who's hung out with us tonight. So thank you very much.
Stay safe and healthy.
Right. And now you're going to awkwardly, watch me awkwardly turn off the camera and maybe say some things that you probably shouldn't hear. So, good night.
It'll be really special.
We'll see ya.
Okay.
Let's see, right?